There's a little step up. I think that was just a regular, I'll have to double check. I didn't see a turn. A green arrow turn signal there. But I could double check that to see if that's what was happening. But I could put one of those horns on this, put a truck horn on here. But then what, do I just honk back at them? And then does that just escalate things? Because the main thing about life, one of the most important things in life is de-escalation, right? They say that. I remember talking with some students that had recently graduated college, and I don't recall what their major was exactly, but they said there was a lot of emphasis on de-escalation. So they actually had classes that were focusing on de-escalation. De-escalating, you know, where you know, there's a situation that can be, I guess we could use the word heated, like a heated debate, but it could be escalated easily. This happens, I've heard this happen a lot among scientists, engineers, where they, what do they call them, heated, I don't think they call it heated debate, but it's, we could use the word charged, the charged situation. But when we respect others' feelings, respect others' space, respect others' thoughts and opinions, it seems to be helpful. This gentleman's waiting for me. Oh. They're not waiting. They are. Thank you. So that one car right there totally didn't wait. Maybe they didn't see me. But luckily the others waited. And some people are interested in looking at the unicycle and ask questions about it. Like, oh, what is that? Just like the students. I think those were probably college students when this ride began today. They were asking about it. I think the gentleman said, is it fun to ride? And my description is there's a learning curve in the beginning, but once learned, I think it's fun. I have heard that people can crash. People will crash when they're learning, and they just walk away from it and sell their electric unicycle. And if you look at some of the early videos where I'm practicing, that was part of the reason that I was practicing so thoroughly, is that practice, to me, well, we're told practice makes perfect, right? But then we also know there's no such thing as perfect. But practicing, to me, is what minimizes the crashes. Maximizes safety, maximizes familiarity, where it becomes familiar to be in balance, where it becomes familiar to, you know, control, if I say it that way, or guide the electric unicycle. I remember watching a video where a student, or well, when there was a gentleman talking about how he, when he was in his classes, his college classes, he asked the teacher if he could stand in the back of the class on his electric unicycle when he first got it, so that he could just stand on it and practice balancing, because just standing on it in the beginning is a challenge. And actually I still need to work on that myself, where I can, it's called the pendulum. Like if someone says, how is your pendulum? And I think that means to be in one place, like your upper body stays in one place, but your lower body is moving forward and back, keeping you in that one place, balanced. I think we're clear. Now there's going to be a very big drop over here. Are you ready for this? I don't know what it's going to look like on camera, but well, I guess it doesn't look that big. It's pretty big though. It's a long, steep hill. I wonder if I could get something I could wear on my wrist that would give me a reading of the angle of these hills. And maybe the base of it is connected to the unicycle, so it has a reference point for what is flat. Now here's some really loose sand here. I'm gonna go to the left. That might be fun to go through if someone had the skills to go through that. I'm not ready to do that. I don't know if I would want to go through that. I'm enjoying just riding. I am interested in getting better at going higher speeds safely, so I can keep up with the groups, because they cruise pretty fast. The other day I think they were cruising around 40, maybe 45, and because I had just put the Clark pads on and I wasn't used to them yet, I wasn't able to keep up very well. But as the day progressed, that was the ride that we took to the beach, from Encino to the beach. But as the day progressed, I was getting more and more comfortable. Something that's interesting about like that, I'm still thinking about that truck honking the horn. I mean, it just came back to me right now. Can I do this? Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if my skill level is ready for this, but we'll find out right now. Okay, we did it. That was fun. I can also ride this path on the side here. When the truck was honking, I'll call it aggressively, like honking, like I think that means like you're in my way, get out of my way. It's not your turn, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like I was saying, green light to me means go. So I wasn't going slow. I don't know why they were honking. But sometimes there's theories about when someone's aggressive about something. Like it would be interesting that if we could find out if the person driving that truck actually wants an electric unicycle, like maybe they want one, and it's so they don't like them, but they go. You ever heard, be careful what you hate? You can become what you hate. So there's that theory. It doesn't mean it's 100% of the time, but it's something that does, I guess, document it. This happens sometimes. What else? I like to try to talk about it. But it's definitely jarring when someone's talking in their big horn. I'm just glad it wasn't. I didn't feel like. Well, they did come racing by me a little bit. I don't know if that was on camera, but they did come aim their truck kind of toward me and go behind me, which is uncomfortable. But at least it wasn't, to me, it wasn't real close. I know people that, like, for example, that ride motorcycles where they've told me the person in the car literally looked at them and then turned right out. They just pulled out in front of them. And what we think happens in those situations is that people have other things on their mind. And even though someone makes eye contact with you, it doesn't mean they won't pull out in front of you. That can still happen. But I will say that an electric unicycle is extremely good exercise. A lot of people say it works the core muscles, which is like the stomach muscles, right? That area. It also works every muscle in the body, I think. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Maybe because we're balancing or flexing the different muscles. So 12 miles may not sound like a lot, but I think because it's low speed, like right now I'm doing 12 miles an hour, right? I'm going 12 miles an hour. So if I could maintain 12 miles an hour, it would take me 1 hour to get around the whole path, because it's 12 miles. If I can average, well, I don't know. I think I'm not sure what I'm averaging in speed. But because, I'll just say because it's low speed, it is pretty exhausting because of the terrain. Oh, it goes around. So to me, part of the reason I'm practicing a lot is to be able to ride with the groups and to be able to keep up better with them. And practicing is a good tool. I think we can call practicing a tool. Is practicing a tool? A tool for improving? Oh, there's a path that goes over there. I don't know where that goes. I'm going to go over here. So I'm going to go over the wood. Okay. So I changed my horn sound. Change it to that. I still want a bird sound. I heard someone, it was a video I heard, and it had like sound like a bird singing. And I like that. I'm trying to think of how I can find out who sells that kind of horn with the bird sound, the bird song. Unless that was added later in editing, but that would still be nice. It'd be interesting if I could program this, the PID Zoom, P-I-D-Z-O-O-M, this device I'm using, the horn I have here, if it allowed me to program sounds into it. I could ask Robert that. Robert's into programming electronics. Ask him if we could add some custom sounds to this. And it'd be interesting if we could expand the memory on it, so we could add like, you know, hundreds of different sounds. Not that that's needed, but imagine cycling through 100 different sounds. So I'm not even around this one time yet, and I'm noticing that my legs are extremely tired. Wow. I know I've gone around this like 3 times, and I just couldn't even feel my legs. They were numb. So today I was hoping to go around this a couple times. Actually, I want to run my battery all the way down. So this can go, well, this can go like 55 miles at like 35 miles per hour approximately. That's an approximation. And but if I'm going like 12 miles an hour, then if I'm going 12 miles per hour, it might go a lot further. It might go like closer to 100 miles, I don't know. So that would be going around this Fullerton loop probably around maybe like 8 times, because it's 12 miles. I'm gonna have to stop and get some water soon. I brought water in my backpack. So those of you that have followed this channel for many years, I don't talk about this that much, but I have some really bad injuries in my body. Really, really bad. And my right leg is one of those parts of my body that, I'll tell you right now, the pain is like a 10. And I'm only saying that because it's part of what I'm dealing with. So if you have injuries yourself, you will have to determine if you want to even try this. I thought I would try it and see if I could do it. That's how I feel about things.